Guys, let's get this going. This is the LateNightMMA.com preview prediction show with me, Mark Anderson, for UFC 150 main card. And let's just get rolling here, guys. We got Justin Lawrence taking on Max Holloway. And this is a pretty much even money bet. My book's got it right now at minus 117 on both fighters. Justin, who we've had on the show breaking down fights before, he's coming off an impressive head kick KO over John Kofer at UFC Ultimate Fighter 15 finale. He's also 4-0 in MMA, and he's looking to get this win. Now, meanwhile, Max Holloway got his first UFC win at the same event, Ultimate Fighter 15 finale, a decision win over Pat Schilling, and he's 5-1 in his MMA career. Not a lot of info to go on in this fight. Not a lot of information. Neither guy has had a ton of fights, but right now I'm liking Justin Lawrence here at minus 117. Let's see if he can keep his undefeated streak going here. Moving on up, guys, we got Yushin Okami. Yushin is a massive favorite in this fight. Minus 666 is what my book is saying right now. Meanwhile, Buddy Roberts is a plus 375 underdog. Yushin has not won inside the octagon in nearly 2 years, losing to Anderson Silva and Tim Bosch in that time frame. Yet is a huge favorite in this fight. He's gone 3-3 inside the octagon since 2009, and got TKO'd in his last 2 fights. Meanwhile, we got Buddy Roberts here. Buddy Roberts has not lost since 2009. And won its UFC debut at Fox on FX3, McCall versus Johnson 2. We had Buddy on the show yesterday, actually, and be sure to check out that interview at LateNightMMA.com. Good stuff there. So anyways, back to this prediction breakdown. I'm not in love with this fight, to be honest. I would have to bet $666 just to win $100 in Okami. I'm not going to do that. That's crazy talk. I don't got that sort of money to throw around. And is it worth the risk? You know, lay down $666 and somehow Buddy pulls this thing off, knocks out Okami. Just not good. Not good at all. Meanwhile, if you throw $100 down on Buddy Roberts, you win $475. That's kind of enticing, but I just don't really see Buddy Roberts winning this fight. I think Okami gets the win, but like I said, it's not worth betting him in this position. So I may go for a monster parlay, throw a bunch of underdogs together, throw Buddy Roberts on a $5 or $10 parlay and see if, you know, I can hit $500 or $600. That's the only way I feel like I would bet this fight. So I say take a shot with Buddy Roberts on a parlay here. Besides that, I'm not going to touch it. So we got Jake Shields up next. He comes in at minus 200, and Ed Herman is plus 140 in this fight. Jake Shields is moving back up to 185. History has taught us one thing, guys. Moving back and forth between weight divisions spells trouble. Jake has gone 1-2 in the UFC since his arrival, but his losses were to GSP and Jake Ellenberger, so there's no shame in those losses. Let's talk Ed Herman, guys. Ed has looked awesome. He has impressive wins over Tim Kruger, Kyle Noak, Clifford Starks. His last 3 fights since coming back from injury. And he's been winning quick and impressive. So, you know, he has also back-to-back submission victories. So that's another thing. He's showing that he can handle himself nicely on the ground. I love Ed Herman in this spot, guys. He trains in Colorado, so he'll be ready for the altitude problem. Jake Shields, on the other hand, does not train at altitude. Another reason why I like Ed Herman in this spot. Ed Herman plus 140, and I'm loving it. That's probably my play of the day. I'm going to be riding short fuse Ed Herman. Plus 140, guys. Gotta love it. Donald Cerrone, minus 333 versus Melvin Guillard, plus 220. Donald is coming into this fight with full training camp, and coming off an impressive win over the tough Jeremy Stephens. He's gotten 7-1 in his last 8 fights, and his only blemish was that loss to Nate Diaz at UFC 141, the Lesnar versus Overeem. Meanwhile, Melvin is coming off a win at UFC 148, and that was like 5 weeks ago. Before that, he suffered back-to-back losses via rear naked choke. I kind of feel like Melvin took this fight to help out his buddy, Donald Cerrone. I don't think anyone was stepping up to fight Cerrone, so Melvin took this fight. And it's a payday for Melvin, obviously. He didn't make weight. I think he's 2.5 pounds over, something like that. So that's just not a good sign for his cardio. He can't even make the weight. You know, he's going to be fighting in altitude. I love Donald Cerrone in the spot right now, guys. Minus 333 is a small price to pay when everything looks like it's going your way. So I'm going to take Cerrone minus 333. Also, we did a pretty cool interview with Melvin Guillard 3 or 4 days back. Check it out on the website, latenightmma.com. It's probably 4 or 5 interviews down, but check that out. Good stuff from Melvin. And yeah, I like Cowboy right here, minus 333. So finally we get to the main event. We got Benson Henderson, minus 200, Frankie Edgar, plus 140. Benson is 16-2 heading into this title defense. His only loss was the fight to Anthony Pettis since 2007. So in like the last 5 years, he's only lost 1 fight, and it was to Pettis, that decision for the belt in WEC. Meanwhile, Edgar is 14-2, coming off the loss to Henderson, but he's undefeated in rematches. So this fight is going to be a decision win for either guy, in my opinion. I think this is all going to come down to the judging. And Frankie Edgar at plus 140, I think it's a play here, because this fight could go either way. And who knows, maybe Frankie Edgar surprises me and gets a finish here. So Frankie Edgar is my play. So let's just recap my picks here quickly. I'm going to be going with Justin Lawrence minus 117. I'm not really suggesting a play either way on the Okami versus Roberts fight. I'm going with Ed Herman plus 140. I'm going with Donald Cerrone minus 333. And I'm going with the upset, I guess, Frankie Edgar plus 140. So those are my picks for UFC 150 main card. Thanks for checking out the video. Hit me up on Twitter at Radio MMA, and be sure to visit the website www.latenightmma.com. Thanks, guys.